So we moved here in 1940, and it was 103 acres. Mom and Dad and 5 kids. The baby wasn't born yet. If anybody said they can't get anything because they don't know how, they don't know enough. If you want to, you can. Because my daddy was illiterate. He got to the 4th grade, but Mom got to the 8th grade. And she could, write well and everything. And they didn't know Dad couldn't write. And when they got ready to sell clothes and everything, and they were looking at each other, what are we going to do here? He signed off at this, I'm going to call it the Square in Manor. You know, that big 2-story building. That's where Mom said they signed the papers off, on the place. And the land all around was considered litty. For I know 5 miles in every direction, it was considered litty. We mostly grew cotton and corn. The family that was old enough to work, on the farm. We all had little chores to do. That was one good thing about the country. Everybody had a chore because somebody had to cut the wood, somebody had to bring it in, and all of that. Most everybody grew their own produce. And most of the time they had their own meat because they had hogs, chickens, and turkeys. Around Thanksgiving and Christmas, they would sell turkeys. And it was just really its own little community. And of course, they had gardens too. And what one didn't have, the other would have it, and they would, give to each other. Oh, for fun, there's so many things to do for fun. Chase the grasshoppers, catch them, and fun with friends. See, when we weren't with our friends, we had the animals, to kind of play with, little calves and so forth, and playing with each other as well as fighting. And so we just had a good time on the farm. We thought we did, at least. So those are some of the things I, remember. And looking at those, headstones, you knew it had some history in it. And that's when I started, looking into it. And I wanted to clean it up because I told Mom didn't want Dad buried there. And because a lot of the little people had started being buried in Austin. And I told Mom, I said, Mama, Dad wants to be down here with his farm, close to his farm. And I said, some kind of way I'll get it cleaned up. And I really did. Before she passed away, it was looking real nice. That's one of the reasons I wanted it cleaned up, because Mom and Dad is going to be there, and I want to be there. They would be proud. They would. And thinking of the town, little town, and what it was like, we wanted something to represent us that looked nice. And that's my reason for being